Tickets, please. Once you have subscribed to this channel, please make your way into Screen 1 for all things film and TV from Rebellious Noise. Screenings will include exclusive interviews, fun reviews, and in-depth features, as well as the latest news from the big and small screen. So grab yourself a bag of popcorn, sit back, relax, and enjoy the shows.
Hello. This is Rebellious Noise, Screen 1, and today we are having an after party for the Series 6 finale of Line of Duty. Okay, so I'm Scott. I'm joined over here by Dan. Say hello, Dan.
Hello, Dan.
Look at that lovely jacket you got on there.
Hello, mate. Bit of the old velour.
Proper party mood, eh? And I'm joined by Jamie. Hello, Jamie.
Hey, how's it going?
Right, okay. What's that on your shirt?
Where?
I thought you had like a post-it note or something. Oh, it's I thought you had like a name tag.
Well,
all right, okay. Right. Oh, Dan, what are you drinking? Look at that. It's a real party mood for you.
It's a non-alcoholic beer because I don't drink beer, so it's a non-alcoholic one.
It's like you don't have a hangover either. Right, okay. This is exactly it. So this is the AC12 Christmas party sort of thing. Not really. It's just the after party for. I was going to say for Rebellious Noise. For Line of Duty, like I said, we have just wrapped up of season 6, episode 7 of Line of Duty. And you know what, guys? I want to be really positive because, you know, first time we're doing an after party, but I didn't enjoy much of that. So,
I mean, I was saying to you, obviously, before we went on air, should I be negative, positive, like,
yeah,
and you were like, just be truthful. I feel a bit let down by it, and I think a lot of people are going to feel let down by it. I think I don't know if I was expecting more action or like
twists.
Yeah, or like the reveal. I don't know if the reveal was like big enough. It was just like,
well, was it the reveal? That's the thing.
I mean, they
still acted like there was something beyond him. So was it really the reveal?
I like the way they had all the police like coming in with him, and you couldn't see who it was for a while, and then you had the blimmin' voice recording beep that went on longer than usual.
Oh, we should have started like
just waiting to see who it was. I just feel a bit let down. I mean, I don't mind who H is. I don't mind that that's who they've gone with, but I think the whole episode was just a bit. I don't know if slow. I feel like with this season as well, there's been less action. I think like the only action there's really been was when Steve Arnold shot the sniper from the van.
Which was great, by the way. We will touch on more from the series in general, incredible. Like this season in general. But obviously, it's going to be quite heavily featured on this episode itself. We've got a comment here. Homer Simpson plays mobile games. Does he? Well, anyway, either way. Hi, back to you. Thanks for joining us.
It's
H.
Begins with an H, anyway.
If anybody spells definitely wrong.
Oh,
can I just point something out? This whole time, like I know that's the big thing about the way definitely is spelled, but to me that looks like that's how definitely is spelled. Like that is definitely
your H.
Yeah, this is how I always spell definitely. So
how my partner spells it as well. Yeah.
I've had spells in the past of spelling it like that as well. Don't get me wrong. If you are new here, guys, please subscribe and please tell us what you thought of this episode and the series in general. But again, we're going to touch on a few things over the entire season, but obviously it's going to be quite heavy on this episode because obviously it's fresh in our minds. So first of all, Buckles is not the fourth man, right? Like he's not H, because he seemed like he was going to say he was, because he was like, I've took you all his mugs or whatever. He didn't, but then he kind of acted like there was someone bigger, and then acted like no, it's the OCGs, and there's not really anyone bigger. So he's kind of saying there is no top guy, right?
Yeah. I think there's still someone pulling.
But there's got to be, right?
I think maybe he's just trying to take some credit, but then I feel like this whole storyline that we've been watching for 6 years of who is H or whatever needed to finally come to an end. But then at the same time, I think that's what Line of Duty probably still has to hold on to, to keep people engaged. But I don't know. I mean, it was a bit of a kind of smug look from him, where kind of was he just, like I say, just taking credit for it and, you know, wanted to kind of be the big dog, or the capital H. Get it? Big dog, capital.
Sure.
Anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's going to be more. I think we're going to have to wait, obviously, to the next season to find out. And I think that's probably why they've done it. But I do feel like as well, sorry, I talk a lot. I do feel like...
This is for, though. Don't worry, Jay.
I feel like Line of Duty this year has, you know, because of lockdown and all that stuff, has been like bigged up so much, and a lot of people have, you know, become fans of it. And I feel like now they've got a bigger audience than ever, that this last episode, you know, was bigged up so much that we all thought it was going to be like this incredible episode. Yeah. And because we had high expectations, it kind of probably has let a lot of us down. I want to watch what I'm saying on here just in case the OCG are watching. And I'm going to get a knock at the door in a bit.
Yeah, we can't give you immunity, mate. Quickly, someone who is watching, Jonathan Owen, thanks for joining us. Smartest Dan has ever looked. It's true, yeah. Yeah, we all go for different party attires, clearly, but Dan's gone for the smartest one. I love it.
Dan's gone for like the Playboy Mansion one. Scott's gone for the drug dealer in the corner that's very unsociable.
But I've gone for after work drinks. I work for 1812. I'm trying to let my hair down.
And I've gone as the like little player that just don't care about anyone.
Oh, yeah, I'm
the one that can't get in. Yeah.
Fighting with the bouncers, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Of course.
Exactly.
Okay, but like you said, Joe, I mean, I think you're right. Everyone overhyped this episode, right? It was never going to be the best episode. I don't think it was ever going to be that, right? I don't think it was ever going to be the best season finale. But I didn't think it'd be the worst one.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, it is. I mean, this. I don't want to be negative about the show. The show is great, and there was a lot of good things in this season. Decent parts of this episode, but as a finale show goes, like, yeah, maybe we've been hyped up, but as a finale goes, that was nothing. Like, I genuinely thought, you know, the bit at the end where they play the music, and they got like, this happens to this person. She's in witness protection.
I do love that part. I think that's so
but I
good.
thought it was going to be a swerve. I thought someone was going to get shot. Someone's going to jump. I was like, this is how they're going to get us, because there's been no shock, no surprise. I mean, Buckles, you could say it was a shock, but was it really when we've like, they've used the shock we already got. We already got Buckles getting arrested. Why do we need him?
No, but I think also nobody expected it to be him.
Yeah, because it was crap. No one expected it to be crap. That's why.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, like, nobody.
Awful, yeah.
I think everybody expected it to be. Well, you know who everybody expected it to be, because it's all everybody talks about. Whereas this Ian Buckles is like a huge curveball, because I don't think one person has ever gone, it's him. You know, so I think that's why they've probably done it. But saying that, I do think, you know, in the new season, there's going to be like an I or something like that, and that's the one controlling H.
Just
yeah, I think we're just going to go through the alphabet now, or something like that. So I don't know. It is a hard one. I saw earlier at the end of the show. I won't promote another show, but the actor that plays Ian Buckles is going to be on TV at 8:30 tomorrow. So at least this is doing. I don't know if he's. I don't know if he's got a good career already. Obviously, I don't know if he's been in other shows or anything. I don't really know who he is other than H. But
well, it's not even H, is he?
Yeah,
a live link from his prison cell, isn't it? Yeah, I think overall, I think this was like the ending of it. I think was terrible. Like, I honestly thought when was it Osborne, the old guy. I thought when he was doing the
he was going to get shot.
Mate, I looked at the TV and I went, he's getting shot.
Bang, bang.
Yeah. I literally thought the same.
I kept thinking that. I kept thinking the two police in the background were going to, you know, pull out their guns and pop.
In the interview, like what happened before.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the last season, I haven't watched the last seasons for ages, because it was like I can't remember when I first watched season 1, but I kind of binge watched it all. I don't think I watched it from the beginning. I can't remember, as in like 6 years ago. But I forgot what I was going to say. I got confused then.
Don't worry, we're going to some comments anyway. There's going to be more to come with this story. Buckles is the fourth man. I agree, but I feel like there needed to be something to go. And you know what? It ain't over. Check out next season. But there was nothing. There's absolutely. I thought there'd be a shock. It wouldn't be the fourth man, or it would be the fourth man, but there's someone bigger, a fifth man.
I still thought that Carmichael was something to do with it. You know,
I think that was too obvious. I thought that was too obvious. I mean, what she plays the role perfectly. Don't get me wrong.
She's incredible. Like, I hate her.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel bad for hating her. I shouldn't hate anyone.
She was on some sort of like morning show the other day, right?
Yeah.
I saw it come up on YouTube. I wouldn't watch it. I didn't want to see her be a nice woman. I didn't, because I knew she'd be likable.
She's actually very funny.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't want to see that. I didn't want to see it. She plays
the kind
it
of
so
woman
well.
that I would love to meet in the community and just be like, oh, hey, how are you, Carmichael? You having a good day? And then she'd be like, yeah, I'm great, Jamie. We're having dinner tonight if you want to come over. That's what she is like. Whereas on the show, I'm terrified of her.
Yeah.
And I remember, I think it was last week, I was getting very angry.
Great man, Sam, that was crap. Yeah, I mean, we're getting a few comments in it as well. Go on, Jay, what was you going to say? We'll get to a few more of these comments in a minute, but what was you going to say, Jay?
No, I just think this, I can't remember what I was going to say, but I just think this year, overall as a season, I think it was good. But I do think there needed to be more action. I love action as much as I love a storyline. And sometimes I'm not the brightest, whatever the saying is.
Well, clearly.
I'm not the brightest light in the room. I don't know if that is it. but do you know what I mean? It is hard to follow sometimes, but I do wish there was more action this season. And I just set up, obviously I've just moved house, so I set up the whole entertainment area, LED lights that go in sync with what's on the screen. And I only set it up yesterday, thinking tonight's episode is going to have
those red and blue lights.
The lights are going to go red and blue. It was just more like white light than anything.
Yeah.
Which kind of
is that why you're more annoyed because your lights didn't look good?
And one thing I really didn't like that really kept bugging me, every time they're in the lift, there's two signs that always say your passes must be shown at all times. But shown to who? There's no one else in the lift. It just
means when they're on the floor,
probably on show, maybe.
Yeah, I know, but why put them signs in the lift? Just put them outside.
But then we had you saying about the entertainment thing. We had we obviously had the old Bill going past here with the blue lights on. So we had
cool.
It's called the
4D, 5D or whatever.
Disco, yeah.
What did you guys think of the episode with Kate and Joe when they were doing the driving, James Bond style? That for me, that was edge of the seat stuff. I really enjoyed that.
Right, what we'll do, we'll go through a few of these questions, and then we'll move into some of the stuff from the season alone, and then the season in general, even. All right.
Well, are you in charge of this interview?
Yeah.
Are you Ted Hastings?
Yeah.
We're
just the Steve and Kate to his.
Yeah, you can be Kate. If we turn to 823 document 823.
Yeah, maybe I should do that for these comments, shouldn't I? All right. Anyway, let's get to some of these OCG. Let's call them OCGs. OCG Jonathan Owens says, "Rule of show business: Keaton wanting more. I make you right, but I don't want more in the sense that I can't wait to see what happens next. I want more in the sense of that weren't enough.
Let's not talk. Let's keep Jonathan wanting more."
Yeah. Nah, ain't gonna work. Right. Next up, we've got. Do you think there'll be another season from Dylan? Yeah. Let's get this name. Dylan Ninja Noob. There we go.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
I didn't even say Alexa.
Right, that is H. Alexa is H. Alexa is H. Right, we've got to go to the OCGs here.
I do think there'll be another season, which is why I thought this wasn't going to be the massive ending. Because they'd tell us, this is the last one, right? Which we're going to get to a comment in a moment where we did know that about a certain show. Nice jacket, Dan. You should wear that for work. Moving on, Terry. Thanks for joining us. We've got worse ending than Game of Thrones. Didn't think that was possible.
Now, Game of Thrones,
I was going to say, going into what happened there. That's saying a lot. And I feel bad for Terry because I know Terry's just binged the entire show to catch up with the rest of us.
That's incredible. When did do you know when he started it? Because when you mentioned this to me on the phone earlier.
Yeah, it wasn't long ago. Yeah, so he's watched a lot. So he probably feels like he's living the show.
How many episodes are there per season? Has it always been 7?
Well, there was 7 this time, so I think it's usually about 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I thought it was more. So
the last one's usually an hour and a half, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not that impressed if it's only 6 episodes a thing. I thought it was 20 episodes at one point, and then this year they're just like, oh, because of lockdown.
Well, that'd be massively. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, to be fair, saying that, like, it was great that they managed to. Oh, quick update from Terry. Yeah? 3 weeks ago, he did catch up quite fast. It was great that they managed to film all this past year. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't think you'd watch that thinking it was filmed during a pandemic.
They definitely broke COVID rules, though. One of them wear a face mask. Not one of them had a face mask.
But they couldn't, could they? Because they were living in a recent world, weren't they? It was November 2020 that these crimes happened and stuff.
I wish though they used the dates that the episodes were getting aired. Like I really want to see a show where it's like that. I think like that. I think H is there.
Oh, who is it? What is it? Your dog?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. A few more comments here. Is Dan drinking apple juice? Dan, what are you drinking?
Non-alcoholic beer.
Well, yeah, we already went through that. Okay, Laura as well. What if that's why we're all a bit meh about the ending because it's not getting picked up for next year? No, I think it's got to be picked up for next year. I mean, if that's the way you end it,
well, it's one of BBC's biggest shows by now, surely.
Yeah, 100. Right, probably the biggest. Another comment here. I thought Kate and Joe was gonna get it a bit gutted. Yeah, I mean, none of the big characters have been killed for a while.
No, that was like, get on it.
Get on it. Oh,
yeah,
get
it on. Can I just point out? Get on a bit. Oh, I didn't. Can I just say something very quickly about the get it on bit?
Sure.
Line of Duty. My girlfriend and without going into too much detail, like I want to start doing a bit more role play kind of stuff.
Jack, what the heck, man?
No, let me just explain.
You realize we're live.
I really wanted to do Line of Duty, but I wanted to like film it and call it Line of Booty.
Don't give people ideas.
Like I really. So now we're saying about Kate Fleming. Could you imagine that on the hub? Line of Booty.
Right. Before Jamie takes us in a deeper, darker place, let's move this on to season thoughts with Gerald. Now I know we're being quite down on the way it ended, but generally speaking, there were good things in this series, and I feel like I'm going to go into negatives. Right. First of all, that scene where the cars all flipped and they all went mad and there was shit that, you know, the guy was up shooting from the window and stuff like that.
Incredible, that scene.
Probably the best scene of the entire season, right? That was probably the best scene. I liked the Ryan stuff, right? Because remember, that was the big kind of cliff note, I think it was, cliffhanger from the last series, was him in his like training, you know? So it was like, oh, this is going to be mad. And I think, episode 2 or 3, he got outed. Like, we knew, obviously, but they found out. I thought that was a bit too soon. Don't get me wrong, the whole, like, pulling the steering wheel, going in the lake and all that stuff, that was great as well. But I feel like they did that way too soon. And I feel like even more now, because I was saying that to people, but then I was thinking, oh, no, there's going to be something big to top that. But there wasn't.
I'm confused why did Kate and Steve not just watch the show themselves on Netflix, and then they would have known that
they would have known what's going on.
They would have, I think the whole Ryan thing was very good, and also the whole Terry Boyle thing I think was quite interesting, because I don't think you get a lot of TV actors with visible disabilities and stuff like that. So I think it was very good that they did do that.
And it's good that they use characters that they've used all along. Like, he was getting bullied by Ryan from early, like he's been, they were hiding bodies in his flat, you know what I mean? So that, like, it's good that they brought characters back in that sense. But
wait, what? So because this is where I get confused, because I haven't seen the earlier seasons of Line of Duty in ages. So was Terry Boyle in the previous season?
He's been in it since pretty much all along.
Yeah, so his flat was where they stored. So when that Jackie Lafferty got murdered, it was his flat was what they were using to store her body in the freezer, because that was directly opposite the print shop where the OCG guys were.
Now it makes sense. So this is I think probably because a lot of people have just started watching it, so it's all fresh in their head, isn't it? What's happened in season 3 and season 2?
Yeah, it's kind of like Breaking Bad. A lot of people caught up before the finale season, didn't they? So
that it is very good that they have been using the same characters this all time. Most of the time,
Yeah, I mean, but the big danger with this whole Fourth Man H storyline was that it's gonna drag, and it started to feel that way last season, and now I'm sad to say it's really dragging now. Like again, like you go back to the comment earlier, keep them wanting more, but there's a way to do it, and I want more because I didn't get enough, not because it was so good, as in like it literally was a real damn.
But I'm wondering, the thing is, I think we're being like this because it was overhyped, but I also think as well is that if tonight's episode would have been like an earlier on episode, we wouldn't be like, oh, that was rubbish.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's because it's been hyped up so much as the season finale.
Yeah, but you have to deliver on a finale, Jay.
Yeah, no, I agree. But this could all be a ruse, and there could be some sort of thing happening in the background that we don't know about.
Yeah, but that's what the finale's for.
Yeah,
you know, it's either the big reveal or the cliffhanger into the next series, or both, which is what they usually do.
Yeah, so I think this would have been better as like the penultimate episode, and then have like the next one be like the big kind of thing.
Like we're missing an episode
going on. Yeah, it's you do seem like that is what it seems. It seems like they were leaving it like that, so then the next episode would be okay, so actually Buckles was controlled by this person, and this person has been over the whole like wider spectrum of everything.
Or like, even hint that there's someone else. Kind of like it would have made people go, oh, we've got to wait for that. Don't get me wrong. But at least there would have been something like why okay, let's say they do another season because surely they are. Why are we watching? Like what's next? Now don't get me wrong, it's a great show. That's why I'm watching. Don't get me wrong, I think it will be good. But in a storyline sense, why do we tune in?
To see Ted in the retirement home. See Steve down the job centre. And see if Kate gets it on with Joe. There you go.
Yeah, true. I mean, look, there's a lot of things.
And we'll see Ted Hastings, watching a Christmas play with Mary Joseph and the wee donkey.
That was probably a highlight season. That. I mean, I just don't know where they go from here. I mean, unless they start completely afresh, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't think they will. I think. Maybe we're overlooking it. Maybe the fact that AC12 getting shut down and stuff like that or downsized allows them to now move into kind of a different storyline into there being more than just, what we've found out. Like, obviously there's a reason it's being downsized and that sort of thing. So I think they've left it in a way on a cliffhanger that's not a cliffhanger. I mean, I'm still wanting to know, like we're sitting here now going, oh yeah, it wasn't that great. What happens next? Maybe that's what Jed wanted and, has gained, because now we're all going to be waiting, anticipating for the next season.
Wrong way to do it though, sure.
Yeah, but I wonder if he wrote it, during the pandemic, or like, how long ago did he write this? Before
I guess when nothing's been going on in the world, it probably seemed like the greatest thing.
Yeah,
this is amazing. But it wasn't. We'll get to a few more comments quickly. Sharon Warren, you know her, don't you, Jay? I thought they weren't doing anymore. Well, I think they will.
That's my gaffer.
That's our gaffer. I mean, they're going to do more, surely. They would have announced it otherwise. And like you said, surely it's their biggest show. Side Q, I wonder how much James Nesbitt was paid to literally only be used as a photo. I mean, I was just going to bring this up, actually.
Yeah.
I think
he was given a Yellow Pages book free of charge.
Yeah. I think it's amazing.
Do the Yellow Pages.
He did, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing that they got a star, a well-known actor, to be a cameo as a photo, as maybe 2 or 3 photos that they used. But
I wonder if they were actually
great.
I wonder if they were off his like Instagram profile already and have just stolen them whilst he was on holiday and used them without his permission.
He wasn't even in agreement.
No, they said though that the one where he's in like a marina, they said he was filming something else with Jed, and that was literally in Belfast Marina, and they literally got the slightest bit of sun, so they're like, "Oh, quick, let's get a few photos."
Really?
So that's how that was all done. And they said people were expecting him to have a bit of a bigger role because of the photo that we saw on tonight's episode where he was in the uniform.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, there's obviously going to be... So I think that was probably the biggest name that people were suspecting, oh, it's going to be H. But the fact, obviously, that it wasn't, that's obviously, I think, what a lot of people were kind of disappointed with that he didn't have maybe a bigger role in it. But and there was a lot of speculation that one of the Spanish police said like the eyebrows looked a little bit like they were his eyebrows when the Spanish police officer was talking to them last week. But obviously they confirmed that it was him and his wife that were dead.
Like they didn't show real like bodies, not real bodies, weren't looking for that, but they didn't show bodies to kind of like be like,
they just run out of budget, so they couldn't actually pay Nesbitt any money. So they were like, oh, let's just put one.
Actually, mate, we can't have you, and we're just gonna have a photo. Is that all right?
Yeah, due to lockdown and pandemic.
Yeah, well, I mean, I weren't let down by the fact he weren't in it. I think that's actually genius that they got someone in it that was just used in that kind of way. He's not
swerved us all, didn't it? Really?
Yeah. So I like that, but
wasn't he a police officer in another show before? I'm sure he's played a police officer in a different show.
Yeah, maybe. I think so. I was just hoping that Tony Stamp would turn up. And in his from the Bill in his Panda car.
Earlier there was a show on called Bill, and I was like, what? They are bringing the Bill back in there. Yeah. But I mean, again, going on to this, not about that. Going on to this season in general, and feeling like there's a missing episode. The what was the penultimate episode didn't feel like a penultimate episode. Even that, like, Joe got locked up. Whoop-de-doo. Nothing in that made me go, can't wait to find out what happens in the finale.
I feel gutted for her because if you look at her old apartment to the house they've given her as witness protection, they're completely two different styles. So,
okay,
she's
got a nice little it was massive.
But her actual apartment that she had looked banging. Like it was my style of home.
It was
all those security.
Yeah. Yeah, she had like more locks on the door than I've ever seen in my life. More locks on the door than in my attic. I'm only joking. Just in case.
Right. Anyway, just in case AC12. Right, but on Joe, I mean Kelly McDonald. What a performance! I mean, I thought she was amazing.
At first, I didn't really like her, but then I think she.
That's the character. I think that's the character. She's cold. But when it showed her vulnerable getting interviewed, not finding out that she was used in it, like she knows she's been used anyway, but when it showed her kind of like crying, figuring out what happened to her mom and stuff like that, it was
she was very good. She was very good in the series. I think I don't know, I mean she's obviously a trained actress, so you can cry on cue and stuff, but I think it's also very hard to make it convincing.
Yeah, it was very
convincing. I think she did, like, it was very much like you almost felt sorry for her, and you like, I knew something was going to happen to her when she got put in prison, and obviously the last scene, I think it was last week, where they had the two guards see the camera and then kind of turn around and go away. Like, I kind of felt sorry for her. Like, I wanted to be her protector. I wanted to be there to look after her.
I get you. But I mean. Let's again back on this episode because you just reminded me of it. The dodgy guards, right? First of all, the dodgy guards have been involved in so many parts of the story. How have they not been sacked yet, right?
And they look so moody, don't they? They never look happy. Right? They're underpaid. That's why.
True. But you don't attack people, right? Because you're underpaid, all right? They're clearly in on it. But what I didn't really. What I did really like, actually, probably the best part of the entire episode was that whole swerve where they were a decoy, and because I literally, like, when it zoomed, like, showed Steve in the van, I was like, "What's he doing in the van?"
I was like, "How did he get there?"
Yeah, so I really like that, and then they took out all these people. But then they took out all these people. I mean, where was their interviews? Who were they?
That's true. Actually, I thought we were going to find like. These guys surrendered quite quickly, but surely if they're part of it, we should see. I mean, they're still sitting there in the road now, waiting.
Yeah, probably just laying on the floor.
Where's the police gone? Why are they not doing anything?
And not a single one of them shot at anyone either. It's like, you got armed police pointing guns in your face, but none of them would even be like, "Oh, you know what? I'm going to at least try and
go out swinging." From Laura, one thing I do really like about Lana Judy is all the strong female leads. Very true. We've had a lot over the years as well, not just in this series. So, and well deserved.
It's a very, very diverse cast as well that they use. Obviously, the first series they had them like Tony Gates being that strong actor, and the Roz Huntley character as
Yeah.
well. So a strong black female lead as well, which was really nice to see. So yeah, I think they
obviously Gal Vella as well, although she was
Gal
also
Vella as well.
Yeah, what the hell? I mean, this whole thing was about Gal Vella. What happened there? Like, what?
Yeah, she was just a photo, wasn't she?
This whole thing started like, oh, it's all about Gal Vella, and I thought, well, it's not. It's going to be bigger than her, but yeah, she's part of it. It's going to lead it. The threads are going to come unraveled. But in the end, you're just like, wait, what happened? Who
could you imagine if it turned out she was H? Could you imagine?
That's why they killed her.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been a great ending.
Do
you see as well? There's a lot of fan theories and stuff going into this, and one of them that I saw was what's her name? Steph Corbett. Was it Steph or Sophie?
Yes.
In her kitchen, and I do think a lot of this is done on purpose to throw us off 100%. And stuff like that. There's two that I want to talk about. One was in Corbett's kitchen. One of her tiles was the shape of a H. So like she had like white tiles, and on one tile it was like it had H on it in a different color. So people were like, she's H, blah blah.
Yeah, but that's a bit I just need to let everyone know.
No, but it's obvious. It's obvious. This is where I think Jed is very smart, because if he has put those things in, it's because he knows it's going to create a social media storm,
which is
people
great.
are talking about, which I think is incredible. And then the other one was Carmichael. When she was interviewing, she tapped her pen 4 times, which apparently
Morse code
was Morse code for H. And I saw an interview where, 100%. But I saw an interview where she was like, no, that was just accidental. But like, even throwing that in, like for a minute, I thought, yeah, it's going to be Carmichael. So I think they have been very, very smart in terms of.
Yeah, but then you have to pay it off with something, Jay.
Yeah, no, I get that. I understand that. I think.
But I think you're completely right. If it's going to go, but why do it if it's not going to go anywhere? A quick comment here. How can you party with a poor end? I mean, hey,
well, you party.
We're trying. We're bringing the party, but thanks for joining us.
You party when there's a bloody funeral. So
well, true.
Let's just say,
it's called a wake, not a party. But is this a wake?
Why do they call it a wake? Because the person's not awake.
Because they're going to split up. I don't know.
I've actually never thought of that. Awake. They're not awake. They're dead. They're asleep.
Do you want to know? Okay, it's in relation to death. Originally meant a watch, vigil, or guard. It's used to refer to a prayer vigil, usually held late at night or overnight, where mourners would keep watch over the dead until they're buried. Apparently,
but now instead you just get a few bottles of vodka and you say, "Well, hey, we enjoyed their life."
Yeah. Well, it's nice to celebrate the dead. Anyway, we're going way off topic here. Back to season 6 in general and the finale. Once again, please give us your comments. Let us know what you thought of this episode. Are we wrong? Did you really, really enjoy this? You know what I mean? Like, I'd say wrong. Are we just different in opinions? Did you enjoy it? And again, don't get me wrong, because it's Line of Duty, there were things about it I enjoyed, like I said. But I mean, come on. Like, Buckles looked like a mug crying his eyes out in that prison cell. Don't get me wrong, I'd be the same if I saw someone getting killed right next to me.
Yeah, Scott, I mean,
he's involved.
I mean, I don't think you've experienced prison life to know what it's like.
No, Jay, but what I'm saying is he was scared of the guy doing the stabbing, right?
Yeah.
He controls that guy.
Can I show you my prison tattoos, please?
They're very well done for a prison, Jay.
he could have literally, he could have turned around to the bloke and been like, mate, just knock it off,
Yeah. He didn't have to. I mean, I guess that was for us, the viewer, to think he's scared. But fact is, he looked scared. Genuinely, there's meant to be no camera there. So why is he acting scared? I didn't get that. I mean, you could say, like he said, oh, I'm not the top guy. I just kind of like make things happen. So maybe he would still technically be threatened by that kind of thing. We got another comment follow up here. So disappointed. If this was the first episode of a show, I would have switched stuff. Yeah, I mean,
it did leave you feeling like you wanted more, didn't it? Really?
I guess it wouldn't. I mean, first of all, it would never be the first episode because of the way it was paced and stuff like that. But I get what you're saying in the sense that there was nothing to make you be like, "Oh, what happens in the next one?" There was literally no cliffhanger.
They should have ended with another cliffhanger, even though it was like the story is over. Like, because then I want to be like hyped when the next season does come out. I want to be like, I can't wait. Like, I've been making my girlfriend so annoyed. She doesn't watch it, and I don't know why I'm with her. I'm gonna have a discussion with her later. But it's like all she's heard about for the last few weeks is Line of Duty. I've been wanting to watch like the interviews with the cast and stuff like that, like on different chat shows, because I've got so attached to them. And it's like, now when season 7 comes along, I don't know if I'm going to be like,
as excited.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, I don't want to be so negative, because I think they've done an incredible job regardless. And it'll be good to see what everyone else thinks. I mean, I've not seen any positive feedback so far. I don't know if, what's Ted Hastings, Adrian or whatever his name is, and Steve Arnold, what are they thinking? Because I don't know if with them they know the whole script, do they? I think it's kind of like how different shows, like where people just get different scripts. So I wonder if they're as gutted, and if they're all going to hand in their resignation because they're that.
Yeah, I mean, getting on to Ted though, him kind of doing that whole big speech about his morals and then going back and being like, well, then I've got to act on that, and kind of, I guess that's the thing. Like next season, is he going to get arrested? But that's not a big enough thing for me to tune in. I mean,
I think he's such a good actor. Like, I think his character and a lot of his work, I think, in it has been improvisation as well. In terms of like the some of the comments that he's made and said. Like, could you imagine if it was Steve Arnold that went, Jesus Christ, Joseph, Mary, and the wee donkey? Like, it just wouldn't have been as good.
Yeah, obviously, like he's added to it.
So I think,
Sorry, go on.
No, go on.
I was going to say, one thing I did see as well is it was interesting at the end how they were showing everything about what was happening with everybody else, but there was no mention whatsoever of like what's happening next with Hastings, with Steve, with Kate, like the main characters.
They basically said that AC-12 are weak. Like, that's all it said at the bottom.
Yeah.
And we were like,
tell me about it, man. I was just thinking as well, I just put on my social media earlier, because I'd already pre-written what my status was going to be to promote this, and I wrote what an episode that was, being like, what an episode that was, come and watch us live. And then I realized, I should have just been
it's still true. I mean, what an episode that was. We'll get to a few more comments here. We've got Salty Paul. Damn, that was a bad ending. Filled along with Game of Thrones and Sopranos. I've never seen The Sopranos and I really want to, but that's kind of put me off now. But again, we won't go to spoilers for either of those shows. Again, I ain't seen one of them, but Game of Thrones. But I get what you're saying there. A few more comments as well. Another one from Salty Paul while we're at it. They're going to need to do a Disney season 7, episode 1, wrecked on season 6, and H is still out there.
By the way, what is this Game of Thrones show that everyone keeps
don't Dan. By the way, Dan's on this because this is the only TV show I think he watches. Like, it's the only chance to get you on the Screen One channel.
Exactly. It's like probably the first and last time people are going to see me on there. It's like, unless you do something from like the bloody
Rentford Rejects or something like that.
Yeah, Rentford Rejects, The Bill. What else was it? Only Fools and Horses.
Oh yeah,
have you watched Line of Duty since it started, or did you do a catch up as well?
Yeah, so I think I started watching it. I think from about season 4. Season 4. I think I first started watching it, but then I went back and watched the whole thing
because it was on Netflix, wasn't it, a few years ago?
Yeah. I mean, at the moment, we're watching Suits. Like, we went back and started watching Suits from the very start as well. And that's strange as well. So, like, one series of, say, an American show is like 16, 17 episodes. Whereas a series is 6 episodes.
I'm watching The Blacklist at the moment. And it's like 22 episodes.
It shows the difference with that kind of thing.
I think that's because American shows are just so much.
They literally run through actual seasons. I mean,
and their budget as well.
Series,
I just watched White Collar, which was like I'm watching Homeland at the moment. That is an incredible series, but like you can tell, their budget is a bit. No, actually, it's not. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just watch Homeland if you haven't.
All right, cool. We'll get to some more comments here. Craig is saying it can't be Buckles. So I hope you're right. I feel cheated. I think we all do. But mate, we're having a party anyway. Another comment from Craig. They must do a season 7. It can't end like this. And like we touched on earlier,
100%,
I think that is the case. And Salty Paul, once again, season 6, the weakest, I think. Yeah,
I'm on par.
It's hard to live up to the past. Don't get me wrong. It was never going to be the best season finale, but
I think
again,
the season
I didn't think it'd be
whole,
the worst.
I think the season as a whole, the only bit that I really like, I felt confused on every episode. Not confused, but just like it was a bit slow. Except for the last week's episode, I really enjoyed.
It didn't feel like a
because it ended up on such a cliffhanger, though. I was like, I can't wait. And the episode with the sniper,
that was great. That's one.
The van,
yeah, it was quality.
By far, that whole scene, and I don't know if it was the same episode when Kate was in the car doing the old like driving and stuff.
Yeah, we were going to touch on that earlier. I forgot.
Those scenes were really, really good. I know they're more action based,
but that one was a bit unnecessary. That's what I mean about the previous episode to this one, right? You had that insane start, right, which made no sense to me. Why was Kate so gun happy, right? She thought the command had been broken, all this rubbish, right? So they have each other's cars and all this crap, right? So they do that, yeah? And then she's just like willing to just go guns blazing on everyone. Like that just, to me, that wasn't Kate's character. Why is she doing that, right? Steve comes over. I liked all the doubt that was there. Like, why is Ted there? It's because they played the whole is Ted bent again. Bent coppers. There we go. We've got it in there. Yeah. They played that up again. I kind of like that. The money being missing again. We touched on it earlier. Ted's kind of conscious catching up with him. But that happened, yeah. Then you had like the 30-minute interview, which again, I don't mind that. Like, that wasn't the problem with that episode. The problem with that episode was it was the one before the last episode. I just feel like they did the Ryan Pilkington reveal on like episode 2 or 3 way too early, right? They did. So I was like, oh, the stakes. What's the stakes now? What's going to happen now? Like, all right. Then they had the crazy shootout, which must have been like what, episode 4 or something. And then they had like, again, episode 6, which just was like, okay, this is the one going into the last episode. Jay, you said you were really excited about this one. I mean, I was because of name value. And it's exactly how I feel about the next season. I'm excited about season 7 because of Line of Duty's history, what they've done as a show, not what they did this season.
I am very interested to see what the public is saying about it now. Like how, you know, the news and the media have been really big in Line of Duty up a lot, more than ever. They've been interviewing a lot of the stars, talking about it.
It's a great show.
A lot of TV hosts and stuff have been watching it, so they're talking about it on their morning shows and stuff like that. So I'm really keen to see are they still going to big it up because they have to? Are they going to be honest and, you know, be like, it wasn't, you know, that great or what? I think it'll be wise to have a look at the social media profiles of Kate.
Yeah, but they're contracted for probably another season, and even still, like you look at it again, Game of Thrones has been.
So look at this, now. Right?
Look at them; they act like it ended fine, but we all know Game of Thrones didn't end that well. Sorry, Dan, for when you do watch it eventually, but it was one of the greatest shows of all time. Just didn't end that great.
Can I just say,
I'm currently on season 1, episode 1, minute 0. At the moment of it, so
bit of catching up to do, but
it's a teeny really bit, yeah.
I've just looked online. I won't mention the newspaper, but already an article's been posted. Line of Duty's sixth series finale leaves fans underwhelmed as 12 million viewers finally learn the identity of the elusive criminal fourth man, but are convinced there has to be one more twist.
Yeah. It should have been. It should have been going like even a hint that there's another twist. Like we're giving them the benefit of the doubt, saying that next season there'll be another twist. I'm wondering
now,
it could be a clean slate.
Is Judd, the creator of this, sitting there going, "Oh crap, nobody's happy," or is he sitting there going, "This is exactly what I wanted"?
He's probably waiting to see what our feedback is, and then he's going to.
Yeah, Jed, if you are watching, Jed, you know you've done great, but I think
in the past.
Yeah, I think I don't know, man. Maybe the whole pandemic just got to his head. I really
maybe
want to
like,
see.
like in tunnel vision, thinking this is the greatest thing ever. Okay, we got another comment here. Just seen a funny tweet. If Terry Boyle was named H, it would have been a better ending than that. Yeah, I think you might be right. Yeah.
Could you imagine if that was the case? I really want. I don't know. Who did you want H to be? Did you want it to be?
Right. Okay. Let's go through what
particular?
the theories probably would have been. Here we go. The whole cast is laughing at us. I think we're laughing at them. But yeah, all right. So I think the most obvious thing was Osborne, which I thought was too cliched. It wouldn't done it, right? Then Carmichael was the next obvious one for me, right? Then it was the two higher ranking ones that Ted always had friction with when he goes to those meetings. I can't remember their names, so I'm going to say the man and the woman. The man ended up being the most don't like you until
the one who
his
was
last
the dodgy one in EastEnders.
Was he a dodgy one in EastEnders? Okay.
Khan, whatever his name is.
Yeah,
Khan.
yeah.
Was he?
The actor's called Ace Batty.
Okay, right. Anyway, so
yeah, he used to be in EastEnders. I used to love him in EastEnders.
When he like Denise's partner or something, he got burnt in a
and
fire.
he owned the Taj Mahal or whatever it was called, the Indian restaurant.
What?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. Anyway, can we stop going off to EastEnders?
He wasn't in EastEnders.
He was.
Okay,
Ace Batty, Ace, and then BH.
Right. Anyway. Point is, I don't know what the point is. Right. I thought he was obviously meant to make to look bad. Right. What's that? Okay, we'll get to that comment in a second. But I thought it was meant to be looking like him, and then he looked. Oh, he's not that bad. Yeah, on his last scene with Ted, right? So I thought, oh, they're going to make him look like good all of a sudden. And then just before they swerve us, and he turns out, yeah, he's a bad guy. We made you like him again. And then I thought, oh, maybe it's the woman. So they're the most obvious ones. So who did you guys think? Like, and the other one I saw a while ago, which I would have really liked, is that Steve. Obviously, everyone knows he's actually Scottish, and he hides that quite well with the accent he does. A lot of people are shocked when they see him actually do an interview. The idea that he, because there was a big Scottish link, obviously Tommy Hunter and Joe, right, that he was in on it, and then his real Scottish accent came out, not only as an actor, but as a character. The character was putting it on. The character was doing the accent, not the actor. That would have been good. That would have been good. Yes, Balaclava Man pushed him down the stairs, as Terry texted me about earlier today. That's true. But I think with a lot of this show, especially at the beginning, it got renewed for a new season. Then they went, got to drag this out. We're going to change that, and we're going to ignore we even did this. Because do you remember back when Dot did the Morse code? He didn't do that. That never happened. They went back and filmed that again. That never happened.
Every time they say his name, Dot Cotton, I always think of Dot from EastEnders.
That's got to be for a reason.
And just like, oh, I say.
Lost Revisited. I started on Lost, then I was lost, so I gave up with that one. Hannah here with what a load of yeah. Well, we know.
Mother of God.
I mean, at least Ted was fun. You know, but again, so why? Now you can say, because we're going to find out next season, but I think that's a cheap cop out, right? Why was Steve looking for nearly getting a new job, right? With I think it's his ex-girlfriend, isn't it? Right? They flirted with Steve getting a new job. The drug test thing went on for the entire series. Somehow he just deleted things as if it was never going to catch up on him. And then it caught up on him, but nothing really came of it. I thought he was going to, if this was the other seasons, by episode 3, he would have been taken off the case. By episode 5, he would have been back. And 3 and 4 would have been turmoil of, oh my goodness, they're really down without that man, Steve, around. Do you know what I mean? They didn't even use that. So what the hell were they doing?
Yeah.
Trying to find H, mate.
Can you?
Sorry, I'm clearly getting annoyed about it. I'm working myself up there. All right, we're going to go into another comment here. Dragon shows out after a great first season. Exactly what happened to Homer.
So, can I just make a comment on this, Salty Paul?
No spoilers, though. Be careful in case people haven't watched Homeland.
So, I started watching Homeland probably about a month ago, and I'm on season 4 now. And the first season was incredible. Second season was great. Third season was good. Fourth season, what I'm on now, like it has been quite a good season, and they're always leaving on a cliffhanger as well. But now I'm a bit skeptical, and I don't even drink alcohol. Skip spectacle.
Right, you're skeptical of what? Jan? Just tell us.
Skeptical of watching the next few seasons if it is going to get boring.
Right, we're going to get to another comment back on this show for a legit second. I actually felt terrible it was H when he came back home.
Could you imagine if he just turned around at the camera
and just winked?
Like, yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Like we kind of touched on earlier, that thing that they do every season where they go, oh, this is happening. Like it's real, like it's a documentary. I do like that. But, you know, as that comment alludes to, like something could have happened in that moment. Something could have been like, this ain't the norm. Like, by the way, guys, we are Rebellious Noise. Probably should get that in there. This is our film and TV channel, Screen One. We also have another main channel where we cover sport, music, film, TV, pop culture, and other stuff. And then we've got separate channels as well: a football channel, RNFC, a wrestling channel, RN Pro Wrestling, a music channel, Tunes, and I think that's all of them. Anyway, check out Taste, RN Taste, of course, where we eat food. It's great. Anyway, subscribe to our channels. If you like film and TV, stay here and please subscribe. Reason why I bring that up is because, obviously, like I say, we cover wrestling. Don't worry, I'm not going to bore you with wrestling stuff if you're not a wrestling fan. But sometimes in wrestling, well, every end of the show, they have a little graphic that comes up at the bottom, and it lets you know copyright, show's over, right? And what they did a few years ago is they brought that up on a show called NXT, and out of nowhere, they did a surprise while that was on. And the graphic went and the show continued for another 30 seconds. And everyone thought, wow, they've never done that. They've never done it before. They literally broke out of like production and things like that. That is what I thought was going to happen here. You know, where they go, yeah, here's a shock. You think you're safe now, but you're not. And more so because there was no shock.
It's a bit like football as well. Like it happened this season with us with Brighton and Hove Albion. Obviously, I'm a Man United fan. Final whistle had gone. End of the match. All
Just
of a
like
sudden,
that.
You know what? Penalty. You might as well go on. Stick one in the top corner, Bruno.
Yeah, maybe if Man
United
what
would have been very good is if it was like the song comes on, the credits, and it's like, now on BBC One Next, we find out who H really is. And then it just shows like some random image of, I don't know, Nelson Mandela or something.
Or, as this comment says, the wee donkey.
Yes.
At this stage, guys, I'm getting myself worked up into a frenzy. But at this stage, I would have preferred the wee donkey being revealed as H. But I don't know. I don't want to be down on it because it's such a great show. I mean, it was the season in general, good, right? It was good.
Yeah, I mean, if we go back on what you're saying before about like who did we think was H, like they have obviously with Thurwell, I think a lot of people thought that Thurwell was going to be like, I guess, unveiled as H, or I think Buckles was probably. It looked a bit like it when they were like finding all like the documents in his car and all that kind of stuff. And then you're like, oh, could it be? But then I always thought if it is going to get revealed as him, it's going to be a really like drab ending to it. But
even worse, Dan, they revealed it as him twice. So it was a really drab ending.
Exactly.
I really like the way I did like the whole scenario with the box and like all the different bits of evidence that they found, like how it was being kept in different areas as kind of leverage. I thought that was really cool. Steve Arnott seems to have made a transfer anyways. Looks like he's on a Scottish submarine next week. HMS Vigil.
Here's the thing, right? I really enjoyed that. The scene where Jay, what are you doing, you weirdo?
I did the emoji because I read out the comment. So I did the emoji as well.
Here's the thing, right? I really liked when they found, like you said, the evidence, knives, like Pilkington's knives, like this comes from this and stuff like that, right? Do you want to hear my biggest letdown? And this is from a fan's point of view of like, it's our own fault. We worked ourselves up into that, right? All season, I thought, why do they keep mentioning John Corbett? Why is his wife still involved? What's going on here, right? John Corbett was like a double agent at times, like obviously Ted leaked that information, led to his death. He was annoyed. Looks like Ted's probably his dad. All this kind of stuff is going on, right? So I thought, and it was gutting when Corbett died, right? And then I thought, wait a minute. What if he's coming back? No, they can't make him come back. Like, it's a bit too much. It's a bit far-fetched, right? When Buckles was walking in and you didn't know who it was, I swear he was walking like Stephen Graham. I swear to you, he was doing. They did that on purpose. Which again, touching on what you said, Jay, about like Jed putting in these things to make you kind of second guess. If that's what they did on purpose, great. I love it.
I'm certain I saw a bald guy as well when they were doing that. When they did that, and they showed there was a bald guy.
They had a massive bald patch at the back.
Yeah, and I was like, at first I thought that's who they were showing coming in. So I wonder if that was a little. To throw you off for a moment.
I'm all for that. I'm all for that if the reveal is actually good.
Look, I wish that, I don't know, the whole Buckles thing, I don't know why, but it was just like, tonight, all day, I've been so excited about watching Line of Duty. So excited. And I don't know why, I just thought when I was waiting for H to be revealed, I thought I was going to be like, I'm one of those that shouts at the TV. And I thought I would be like, oh my God, no way. I can't believe it. Pick the dog up, being like, oh my God, H's.
What do you think?
But I wasn't. I was just, honestly, I was just like, huh. I was like, no, something's going to change. And like, even all the police there, I wanted a mass shootout. I feel let down. This is a bit of a change of what we're talking about, but I spoke to 2 police officers yesterday. On Friday, I didn't call them up. I went just like, hi. I saw him in the street, and I was like,
999. What's going on with like?
I was like, do you know who H is? And I asked the police.
Have you found out yet?
I asked 2 police officers. I was like, oh, do you watch Line of Duty? And they were just like, no. And I was like, why? It's like one of the best shows out there. Like, and they're like, it's fake, which now proves to me that all police are corrupt anyway. And I do wonder, do you know if we actually do have like an AC-12 kind of anti-corruption thing?
I'm sure of course, we will have stuff like
but it would,
I mean, I work for them, clearly. But
that is very true, you do.
I mean, one thing as well that was quite interesting is how they always refer to H as the 4th man. Like, they never say, like, person. They always... gender. I mean, and
I was looking forward to it being a woman. Like,
I mean, especially this day and age.
To do that.
This day and age, I'm surprised they weren't like, it's the 4th elephant or whatever.
Well, no, it was.
It'd be any gender.
The donkey, wasn't it? The wee donkey.
Yeah.
The donkey. Yeah.
Yeah. H identifies as a donkey.
Right. Here's the thing, though.
In the end,
it was a bit of a donkey. Right. So, again, what do you want to see in next season?
The reveal with H.
But is there one? Is there a 4th man?
I definitely think of fifth man now, isn't it?
I don't even care. I don't care if there is.
I mean, I think
really don't.
I think there's
just move on to a new series. Sorry, go on.
No, I reckon they will. AC-12 will become like merge all the units together.
Well, that's what it is. AC, so it's supposed to do another 11 AC units. There are. They did mention it before. There are other units on. That's what they're getting merged to, aren't they?
I swear there was like 13 at one point because I remember in one season they said
another one come in, don't they, and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. What do I want to see next season? Just a bit more action, I think. I
think the whole action thing that probably is the pandemic, though. It'd be hard to shut down. Well, not shut down the streets if no one was out, but certain things were probably quite difficult. I mean, I commend them for that. Like I said, to put out a series was great.
They filmed it all during the pandemic as well, and I'm one of those that loves watching backstage things and like learning about production and how they produce things. And I read or watched that the whole AC-12 interview room they had to like redesign and rebuild to allow the people filming in it and the actors to be able to social distance, but for it to look like they were all together. Because, before they probably were just filming in like a box room, whereas this time they've.
I think I've got a message.
The message?
Yeah, go on. No, it went dead. Yeah, go on.
I
know. Yeah, they're all close. What they could have done though, is use certain cameras have different kind of depth of like sight, and you know what I mean. They could have done stuff like that, which they probably did do. So again, I commend them for the fact they managed to do a series like this, and it was a good season. Don't get me wrong. Twitter already going bonkers. If you're on Twitter, Salty Paul, send them our way. bring it all this way. We want to hear all about it, you know. And thank you for everyone that is commenting, by the way. And once again, please subscribe. We'll be doing more of these, and hopefully we won't be so negative. But sometimes people like the rants, so whatever you subscribe for, we're good for that. I don't know, man. I feel a bit exhausted from this season, man. Like, and not because it was just some shows you feel like that because so much happened, too much happened. But it just weren't enough.
Yeah, I think though, going back to like the series, like what should happen in series 7, I think overall, I think there should be like a reveal of like the main kind of instigator behind everything. I guess as well, like a reason as to why it's all happening, like what the actual.
Because even if it is Buckles, even if it is Buckles, like making the things go ahead, the OCGs are kind of like, he does this, we do that, da 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 da. What's the end goal? They were like, Buckles, you're going to make loads of money.
Yeah. Or like, what's the initial thing that triggered it off?
Yeah, it's got to be something bigger than that. They literally went, and don't get me wrong, this probably happens in a lot of crime in real life, where a lot of things are domino effects, and it's just the way it is, you know. Like, but it's a TV show, man. We need the final boss. We need something.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to keep saying I feel let down by it because I feel like I'm being out of order.
Biggles would have made more sense. I think Biggles is the way we're going forward. Yeah, Biggles can be his dog or something. Or Biggles is we're naming Joe's dog Biggles. She had a dog at the end. Joe's dog's called Biggles, by the way, guys.
And why did they have to show that she had a girlfriend and she was all happy and like
to show?
And they've just shown that. You know what? I'm gonna find that house on Google. Yeah.
You sound a bit weird now, Joe.
No, because it said that she's in witness protection. And nobody knows where she is. Well, the person
let's prove them wrong.
And the person who was filming it as well knows where they are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You know what?
And she knows where she is, and her girlfriend knows where she is.
Yeah, but she don't know who she is. She's maybe
that's what happens next. That's what happens next season.
She might talk to the dog. I would have liked it if the end of this one, the girlfriend come out, gave a little peck on the cheeks, and then when. Boom, Joe!
Yeah,
anything.
Or the dog. Anything. Or do you know what would have been so good if
the dog was like Werewolf in London?
There was a man again. The dog stood up, pulled off its body, and it was just like I don't know, a huge like H with like 2 eyes or something, and maybe it turned out. Maybe
I think Joe or Joe's girlfriend. Either way.
Or the dog had a collar on with H on it or something.
Oh, they zoomed in on it. Yeah, don't get me wrong. We would have all said that was stupid, right? But come on. Okay, we got new people still joining us. Evening, gentlemen. I think Dan's the only gentleman. Look at his dress. Look at that. Look at that. Is there going to be a series 7? I think you're not a gentleman. You're anyway. Joe, to just clarify there, Joe is really H. I don't think so. I think even still, because remember at the start, it was making it look like, she's dodgy. She picked up the mobile. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, she was being coerced. Going back to, is there going to be a Series 7? Again, we touched on this a bit earlier, but thanks for joining us, even if you are joining us later. After this, go back and watch it.
I do think as well.
Yeah, I'm talking, Jay. I'm talking about promoting it. Yeah, right? Go back and watch it from the beginning, right? Or I'm sending you back to the beginning, Jay, right? Go back to watch it from the beginning. And anyway, we think there will be a Series 7. Go on, Jay.
Oh, it doesn't matter now.
I knew you'd do that.
Now, so I've actually forgot what I was going to say now. What was it? It was about Line of Duty, of course, because that's what we're talking about.
Series 7. Was it about a Series 7?
No, it wasn't. Oh, my mind's gone blank. It was actually good what I was going to say.
Well, I'm sorry, but I was saying good stuff too, Jay.
No, yeah, that's it. I don't understand why Joe's managed to get away with it. Like, they've put her in witness protection. Either way, she's still committed crimes. And this is where I think police are corrupt and there is no justice. And to be honest with you, I don't like the police. And I'm sorry to bring that kind of... what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
When it starts with a C.
Corrupt? I mean, you already said that.
No, not corrupt.
Joe was still bent. I agree. She was, like you say, Jay. Like a lot of people getting away with stuff here.
Yeah, a lot of them did.
That's kind of how it goes down, isn't it? That's how it goes down.
Yeah, no, I agree. But then I think they have been very good as well in the season to show that, you know, they're not bigging all the police up. The police are corrupt. There are corrupt officers in the world. There are, you know.
But there's honest ones like Ted.
Yeah, there is. There is. For Christ's sake, you're going.
Is that the word
on
you're looking
and
for,
on.
Jay? Complicit.
No.
Well, thanks for chiming in and trying to help Jamie there.
Thank you. The word.
Anyone else got any other C words? Not.
No, it's like when you bring people, like you cause a commotion on like TV, and then loads of people come at you and stuff. Conflict, not like conflict. It causes
commotion.
I don't know, like different opinions or whatever.
Controversy.
Yeah, controversy. That's it. Yeah, that's the
Great.
word.
Gosh.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring controversy to the channel, but you know there are corrupt police officers out there.
Okay, right. We got there in the end.
Yeah,
they don't, especially those ones you mentioned earlier, that Jada don't watch controversy. We touched on it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Don't watch Line of Duty. I don't know, man. Again, please give us more comments. Is there anyone out there that feels satisfied with this episode or with this season? Are we the only one? I mean, there's got to be someone surely out there thinking.
Am I allowed to eat chocolate?
Eat chocolate. Don't worry.
Endings.
Right. Okay. Ending as well. That's a bit controversial. Controversial. Going back to this word here. Controversy. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Any other comments? Again, guys, did anyone enjoy? No. I mean, I was more hyped for the show. What was your favorite season then? I think the one where Dot was revealed.
Yeah, I feel like that was the big moment when he had the walking stick, didn't he, as he walked off?
Yeah. Oh no, I mean the one where he's like, when he dies, and the is it the same one where they shoot down? Like he's getting interviewed, he sends the text. Like that was amazing.
What do you mean he dies? I've not seen any other season. You've just spoiled Line of Duty for me.
Yeah, for the character they've been talking about, but hasn't been seen.
No, I'm joking. I think last season was my favorite. The season before this one, that was the one with Corbett, right, and the shopping center and all that.
Yeah, I mean Stephen Graham. I mean, what an actor!
He is an incredible actor. He's in another show with the other actor that was in it as well, and they made a comedy show on Sky.
Oh yeah.
404.
I want to watch that. Yeah,
it is honestly. There's only 6 episodes, but and they're like 20 minutes long. But it's one of the funniest programs I've ever seen. Like
that's what's disappointing about. Like again, to be fair, I'm saying the same thing about Nesbitt being shown just as a photo and how it was genius. So if I'm saying that about him, then I should be okay with Corbett being a character for one season. But for me, Stephen Graham is probably, well, in my opinion, the best British actor, in my opinion, because like This Is England, you know, like playing Al Capone. He's going to be in Peaky Blinders, by the way, guys. So like he's just wherever he pops up, I want to watch. He's such a good actor.
So versatile as well.
He is so versatile.
And obviously worked with Vicky McClure as well back in
This Is England
as well. Yeah,
unbelievable performance in that. Unbelievable. We get to a few more comments. Rotten Tomatoes audience rating going to be in the toilet. Chris probably going to give it a thumbs up. That's usually how it goes, to be fair. But this is where you come for the truth. Please subscribe. Jay Crawford, thank you for joining us. Crawford ended had a better finish in a brothel. I did not bet that comment before I read it.
I thought you were, Scott. I was very shocked that you put that up because I was laughing at it already. I find it hilarious.
And the
fact that you still left it up. The fact that it's
still there. It's all right. We're not.
I thought you'd put it up, Jay.
I mean, no, at least you have finished.
Definitely. Spell it the right way.
Erectile dysfunction is a very serious thing in the UK.
Where are we going with this, boys?
So, okay. I think we've ruled your mum out of being H, by the way.
Yeah,
exactly. She spelled definitely right. Well, which is weird because usually she always asks us to help her spell.
Is it normally just defo?
Yeah, so defo is an easy way to get away with it.
You know what? We should use this public forum, Scott, to say that we love mum.
We do love mum.
And I love you more, Mum.
Everyone, appreciate your mothers. Like Mrs. T once said. Right, saw him first in Snatch. He was also great in the Damned United. Never seen the Damned United, but again, obviously referring to Stephen Graham there. What a fantastic actor. Maybe that was it. Maybe it was my mummy giving us kisses, Jay. Where's your mum? Where's your mum?
Probably in bed.
Mine's the big X. Yours is the little kiss.
Whatever, mate. Anyway, yeah, this is the kind of show, guys. We don't care. Like, we're the kind of people that say love your mum. Like, I mean, so whatever. Right. Anyway,
also love you, Dan's mum.
Yes. Wait. But Stephen Graham, before we go too off topic, again, maybe that's why I was hopeful it was him and his little swagger walking in, Buckles emulating him a little bit there. It felt like, because again, I just think he's such a great actor. And I'd like to see
that would have been incredible. That I'm telling you, now that I didn't think of that, but now you've mentioned it, like I've got a very good imagination, and I'm visioning how I would have reacted to seeing him walking through.
How would it have been? Show us. You say you shout at the TV. Show us.
I'm watching. I'm still watching. Hang
on.
on.
Go on. It's happening.
It's the whole scene right now.
Underrate it, right? He's walking in. He's bowling in. He's a little shorter than the other actors. And then they show AC-12 sitting there. They pan across. Stephen Graham.
Holy mother of God, I can't believe it.
You would have turned the man into Ted, and you didn't. Okay, here we go. Another comment. Shanola Williams, thank you for joining us. Awful ending. Ruined it for me. Yeah, I think we're all in this. We got a big comment here from Ryan Edwards. I think Finale played us all. It was actually saying that police corruption is endemic and actually can't be rooted out. For as many Buckles are taken down, there'll always be Osborns. You know what? I completely agree with you.
Good.
It's a good take, and we've been looking for a positive take. So thank you for bringing that. And he's followed up here actually with so frustrating as the finale was. Yeah, I think it was actually most realistic. Yeah, true. That's a very good point, and I think you're right there. And it is, maybe a bit of a lesson for us all. There's been a lot of injustice lately in the news. So yeah, they're kind of playing into that, which as they should, I think. So it's a good point. Does add realism, but again, for a show, as far as do I want to watch season 7, other than the fact that Line of Duty's always been a good show, this series did nothing to make me want to watch season 7. Pity the writers didn't have good imagination like you did, Jay. They usually do. Trivial, but I liked the Chloe is DCI Gate's daughter theory. Sad it wasn't confirmed. Did you see about this theory, Jay?
No, I didn't. One of the theories I did see, and I feel a bit dumb now because I pretended that the theory was mine after reading it online. But the theory was that in one of the episodes, somebody had said, if you look further than the race claim, you will find H. And race claim without the H is an anagram of Carmichael with the H. So that was like, H is Carmichael. And I thought it was incredible. Yeah. So I started telling people, like, I've got this theory. I was like, I worked it out. I worked it out myself.
You stole the theory.
I did. I won't lie to you. I'll admit it now. I stole the theory. I'm corrupt. Don't get me wrong. And I think I even told Mum, I was like, I made the theory out, but I can't believe it. I'm so smart. Then
now you know, Mum.
Yeah, and then I watched an interview last night with Steve Arnold, with the actor that plays him, and he said that even he saw the theory and was like, that's incredible. And when he asked Jed, like, was that line ever said? Jed was like, no, that line's never been written.
Oh, so because he mentioned that on Jonathan Ross, right?
Yeah.
Is that the one he mentioned in Jonathan Ross as well?
And then he said that the theory was so good, but just never ever happened. That was never said. People are saying, I don't think there'll be a season 7. There's no way they've ended it like that. If they have, I will be complaining to Ofcom. I will write to the BBC. I will also contact Jed. And I think there will be a season 7. And if there's not, then you know what? I think we start a riot.
Well, I want to touch on another comment here again. With they should have ended Line of Duty with Series 5 and Ted should have been H. Look, I think at the time I would have been a bit annoyed because I don't want the good guy to be the bad guy, right? Because Ted is, like, to me, the ultimate good guy, right? I didn't want him to be the bad guy, so that would have been annoying in that sense. But as far as the shock factor, my goodness, would that have been a good shock?
Yeah. Sorry, are you talking to me? I've just seen I got bigger.
I am talking to. We got a few more comments here, Jamie. So
Just saw the trailer for Vigil, new BBC show. Looks decent. It has the similar cast as Line of Duty.
That's what we were talking about earlier with the HMS Vigil that Arnett's going to be on.
I think one thing I did want to say, you know who I did actually think for a while H was going to be? I thought it was going to be the woman that basically told Ted that he was going to be retired, that he would have to retire.
Yeah, exactly. I thought, but even they were a bit too obvious. I thought I'd have been disappointed if it was an obvious one, but to go with basically no one, they've literally basically said it's no one. Salty Paul again, season 7 Buckles as Palpatine's bloodline is really a clone grown from a severed hand of Corbett. You know what? Steve Arnott, the actor, mentioned on the, what was it, Jonathan Ross as well, about some of the theories that when they were like Ted is his father, he was like, this ain't Star Wars. But I appreciate the Star Wars reference there. Hey, if you like Star Wars, go check out Talking Beans podcast. I did a whole series. I had never seen Star Wars for many years, and now I have. And if you want to see a noob's reaction to it, listen to Talking Beans, and you'll see my reactions as well. A few more comments here. We've got, if Buckles had a completely different persona on that second interview, then I could have got behind it, but they didn't, and that's what ruined it for me. Callum, good point. They kind of did, because he was like, "Oh, are you saying I'm a bumbling idiot? No, I've took you off a mug." So they flirted with that, but they didn't really go into it, did they? Shanola saying, "I don't believe there will be a season 7, series 7." I think there's got to be. I think they would have said otherwise. And like Jay, you said earlier, you know, it's their biggest show, surely BBC at the moment. So I think there's got to be another series. And if that's the way they end the entire show, then yes, it is very Game of Thrones like, unfortunately. That's not very unlikely. In the end, Buckles turned out to be Kaiser Soze. Right. So, all in all, what did you think of the series?
Who's Kaiser Soze?
Oh, I've dropped my mic. Kaiser Soze, hold on, is... Don't look it up. Don't look it up, because I forgot who that was. I recognize the name. Don't look it up because it will ruin a film. I should have done that. Okay. Jay, don't look it up. Trust me. Don't look it up. Nobody. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Generally speaking, what did you all think of the season? Dan,
I'm very confused. Like, my phone's not ringing, but my watch is ringing. It says Mum's calling me, but she's not. What if Mum is Hey? That was weird.
Better ending, mate.
Mum don't even have my real number.
That's a bit dodgy, mate.
Not joking.
Dan, what did you think in general? Let's wrap this up. Dan, what did you think of season 6?
Yeah, I mean,
firstly, what do you think of the season? What do you think of the episode? Let's do that.
So for the episode, I thought it was a bit anticlimactic. I just don't feel as though they did as good as they could have with the ending. I think, you know, the reveal, as I've said, could have been a bit better. It could have been somebody that was higher up. I mean, it would have been nice to see, you know, yes, he is, say, the 4th man, but then there is somebody higher than him to come in and be like, oh, actually, yeah, this is the person that's pulling all the strings. And, you know, I think it would have been, or even if that Osborn, if they're going with Osborn as like the main like antagonist of everything, having him maybe implicate himself with something that he said like on the steps when he did that interview, or, you know, as we said, maybe like someone like attacking him, or you know, someone saying
it's a hint, not even a reveal, yeah.
Or even if like one of the press or something said, "Oh, so are you H?" and then see what his reaction is to that kind of thing, or you know, that kind of, you know, something like that.
The press wouldn't have known it as H, would they?
Yeah,
it's just an internal thing. There's a comment here, Scott, that says about the old guy with no memory. Yeah, like that's very true. Actually, we haven't mentioned that. I am very confused why they put him in that. Especially when they were saying about
you off, but again, if they don't reveal something big, then the throw-offs are just annoying.
Yeah, like when he was showing the photos, when they showed him the photos, and then he kind of got his memory a little bit and was like, you know, it was very weird. Like, why have they shown us that whole part? But I guess it is probably also to make more content, because obviously the pandemic, so they had to just have different things. But yeah, did I already say this? I don't know if I already said this, but I thought that woman that Ted was told to retire, I thought she was H.
You said that. Yeah. No,
not Carmichael. The other one.
The other one in the office all the time.
Yeah. Sorry, I weren't sure if I already said that.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I'd already done my deja vu joke.
Right. Anyway, more comments there. Series was weak throughout compared to the other brilliant series. Definitely agree with you. Ryan back again with, aside from the lack of Hollywood ending, Brit drama. I love season 6. Loved is a strong word, but I'm gonna take your word for it.
I want to know
I'm glad
who Ryan guys is. Ryan.
I'm glad he's got a very positive outlook on this, and I appreciate that.
And looking at his profile picture, I reckon he works for the police.
Are you a corrupt viewer? Is that what's going on here?
I reckon he actually works for the police.
Right, okay. Losing my virginity and LOD final were hyped as disappointed. Ryan back again with all roads lead to Osborne and Fuchs out. Where was Carmichael doing the whole thing? Couldn't move her last week. Yeah. It was good, just not an amazing ending. I think that sums it up. It was a good season.
Yeah. Overall, the season as a whole.
A long story. Oh, that could be a podcast on its own, Ryan. It seems, eh?
No, that's what they all say. Trust me. The police, you know what they are. I'm not a police officer. Because they don't want to get, all right, Ryan. Or should I say PCSO Ryan Edwards?
Go ahead, Dan. What was you going to say?
Yeah, no, I think the season overall, I think was decent. I mean, there was some good bits in it. I think for the situation that they were in, obviously with the pandemic and stuff, they did so well to get everything recorded and get it all out to us. Like get a product out at least. You know, it's I just feel as though there is obviously still, it seems like, unfinished business with it. So it's definitely left it as that cliffhanger for possibly a Series 7. I think I was reading something earlier. It all depends apparently on the BBC. If the BBC want to commission a Series 7, then
why would they not? Unless they themselves were disappointed at the end, which I'm sure.
No, I reckon. Here's my theory: Netflix is going to buy them. Netflix will buy the series and end up it'll become a Netflix original. Yeah. Do you know one thing? There's two things I want to touch on very quickly. I don't know if we're wrapping it up or what.
We'll wrap it up soon.
Yeah. No, number one was the fact that they kept showing photos of Jimmy Savile.
Earlier in the episodes,
earlier in the episodes. And I thought, you know, it's crazy that even the BBC have accepted that and like allowed that to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of ironic, really, isn't it? Yeah. But,
yeah, because obviously the BBC are full of corrupt people as well.
We're not on the BBC, I guess we can say that.
Yeah, no, exactly.
But definitely pay your license. Because that's not corrupt. Right. Okay, still looks like Buckles was taking orders. I mean, I mean, there's got to be more. There's got to be someone beyond this. I think if they're really, even if they move into another kind of like bad guy, they kind of need to. We can't have 6 series that ends up being like
this. People are still saying that Line of Duty is like that was the last episode ever. Like, this can't be true. If it is the point true, here,
could it be the last episode with a spin-off with some of the cast members? I mean, I guess you definitely could. It's the kind of show that I feel like they could do a spin-off with.
Line of Duty.
They'll just call it Hastings, ... like the battle.
Did he use that this series? I don't know if he did. But yeah, I just think there's... Okay, closing thoughts, right? Jay, what do you think? Series...
I feel like I'm negged out. You guys have really, really made this whole thing negative, and I've been negative towards it as well. This whole episode tonight, as in our episode of what we're doing right now, has been very negative towards Line of Duty. At the end of the day, Jed creates incredible entertainment for all of us.
We're all fans, Jay.
Don't
try and make yourself look good by putting us down, all right?
No.
We're all fans.
Without Line of Duty, Scott, you, I, and unfortunately Dan wouldn't be talking. You know, we'd just be.
True. We'd have no show here.
No, joking, Dan. I love you really, but one thing I do want to say is I would really think it would be great if they made it a bit more realistic, and it turns out that H got COVID and died.
But they definitely ignored it in this. Like I said, they were in our timeline, but they ignored it.
No, they weren't. They were November 2020.
Yeah, but that's when it was going on, dude. Like, come on.
No, it wasn't. Was it? Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah.
It's COVID-19, mate. It started in 2019. Right. Anyway,
no, that's not what. No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. That's why it's called COVID-19. Okay.
No,
say
it's
nothing
not.
about COVID, Jay.
COVID's fake anyway.
Don't you dare!
I'm joking.
Don't you dare! Right.
You know I'm winding you up.
I will kick you out of the street. Right. Jill Dando. Yes, it did seem like they were kind of touching on the Jill Dando and even Stephen Lawrence kind of stuff, the Jimmy Savile stuff. I definitely think it was a good point that they brought in those real kind of factors. I do think
that they photoshopped the chief guy with Jimmy Savile.
Oh, Osborne.
Yeah, Osborne.
Was it Osborne? Was he in with it? Okay.
Yeah, can you imagine having to Photoshop that picture?
Yeah, it wouldn't be a nice one to be in, even as an actor. Okay, well, that is pretty much it, guys. This has been the first of hopefully many after parties. If you want to see us talk about other TV shows that you know are kind of ending soon and you want a series finale, season finale, I guess is the American. Do we call it series still? Up until recently, I've slowly moved in calling it season. You know, like the Americans. But anyway.
Yeah. I think the Brits normally call it series.
But I think because so much American
season.
Exactly.
Sounds so much better though.
In recent years, though, we've took on the season thing a bit more. It's a bit tough. Anyway, that's completely out of
the Americans stole our language as well.
That's a fair point.
And can't even spell it right.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys, we might have American viewers that we do not want to alienate, so please keep that to a minimum. I do rewatch a finale just in case we go all wrong. Imagine if we all just misinterpreted some massive clue or something like that.
That would be incredible.
Ryan Edwards, it's been great, guys. Thank you very much, Ryan. It's been great. All of the comments, guys, we have really appreciated it. Everyone that's joined us tonight. Edwards. If you've joined us late, once again, you can go back and watch it at the very beginning. Jay, do you want to interrupt me there again? No?
I did like 2 minutes ago.
If you want to go back to the very start of this, if you have missed the start of the conversation, then please do so. Please spread this out to your friends, family, loved ones, and enemies. Whoever it is, I'm sure if they like Line of Duty, hopefully they'll like some of our chat about it as well. But again, we've enjoyed all of your chat. Everybody in the comments, we really appreciate it. And again, if you want us to talk about another TV show, let us know. If there's a season finale or a series finale, that's where that tangent went, then please let us know if you want us to cover it. We'll get someone from the Rebellious Noise team to get in there. If I ain't seen it, then maybe Dan has. Probably not. He barely watches TV. Maybe Jamie has, and we'll find some sort of combination. But check out more of the stuff on this channel. We've got Film You In, which is our kind of roundup of news of film and TV kind of stuff in cinemas, what's coming out on Netflix, what you should binge, things like that. We do that every fortnight. Please check that out. We have some interesting kind of takes on just the world of film and TV. I'd like to say I'm bigging us up quite a bit too there, but yeah, please check that out. And again, the main Rebellious Noise channel, and there's loads of channels a part of Rebellious Noise family. We cover a lot of things as well. Scott Kirk, cool name by the way, Scott. Only just found you. Thank you for joining us either way, whatever your reason was. I guess it was Line of Duty for joining us, but I hope you have found something to stick around for. What are you saying? You're the reason, Jay?
No, I'm trying to put my hand up so I can say something.
All right. Don't say anything stupid, right?
No, I won't.
Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Once again, please subscribe. I know that's a thing that all YouTubers say, but it really does make a big difference. So please subscribe and like this and share this out. Jamie, what do you want to say?
So this whole episode of us being on air, I've been thinking, how can I prank my brother and ruin his show? I haven't ruined it. Okay, but I don't know if you've noticed throughout the whole episode, I've got smaller and smaller. So I started off like this, mate, and throughout the night, I've been going like this.
Wow.
All the way down to here.
That would have took a detective to figure out. That's how you know I don't belong in AC12. I don't belong. I'm going to get rid of this because I'm not good enough. Now play the music really slow.
What's going on?
That bit. This is how we're exiting. Dun, 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 dun. Everyone with me, guys. Dun, 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 dun. Please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah, Jay, what are you doing? That's not the theme.
I don't know. Like I was doing a cappella, but I was doing.
You're trying to do like Big Ben or something.
I was saying bomb.
Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe.
Bomb.
Thanks a lot.
Tickets, please. Once you have subscribed to this channel, please make your way into screen 1 for all things film and TV from Rebellious Noise. Screenings will include exclusive interviews, fun reviews, and in-depth features, as well as the latest news from the big and small screen. So grab yourself a bag of popcorn, sit back, relax, and enjoy the shows.